So I get to bring my kids to business meetings. Somebody just asked me if I have to bring my kids to all my business meetings. And my response is I get to bring my kids to my business meetings because that's what I want to do. Because if I don't teach them how to deal with a business meeting, if they don't see me doing it, see my wife doing it, then how are they going to learn? The school's not going to teach them. Of course, they're homeschooled, so that's not a factor, but our kids are not going to be taught by their school system how to interact with people, how to deal with a business meeting, how to have these types of conversations, how to negotiate. None of that stuff is going to come from the school system, and nobody else is going to teach them. Nobody's coming to save them. We have to save our kids. We have to teach them these skills. And so if I want to bring my kids to a business meeting so they witness that, so that they meet these people, they understand what networking is, they understand how to have a business meeting, they understand how to negotiate, they understand how to have these conversations with people, and are around adults, because honestly, I feel like, and I'm sure some people identify with this, because my kids hang around with a lot of adults, they speak more like adults. And when kids hang around with kids all day long, and not that it's a horrible thing, but I do see the pros in it. I see when they talk to adults, and they have regular meetings with adults, and they're around adults, and they go to networking events or speaking events with us, they start speaking like adults. And it's important. I see when they interact with other adults how their conversations go. They speak like adults because that's what they're around a lot. Not that they don't play with kids, because they do, but I just see, because of their interactions and these business meetings that they're in and around, that they understand that. And then when we're doing business, when we're actually, you know, at the office or whatever we're doing, they see all that stuff going down, and I think they get a lot from it, and I think it's important, and I think more and more people are starting to do it, but you just don't hear anybody talking about it. Nobody's talking about it, and it's important, and we can do it. A lot of the time we choose not to. People say, oh, do you have to bring your kid to a business meeting? I want to bring my kid to this business meeting. And it's something that's so easy to do that every person can do it if they wanted to. And people understand. They understand. I took my kids to a very important business meeting a few weeks ago. And they, after a while, it was a long meeting. After a while, there was little things going on. For the most part, they were listening. But there was a couple moments, and I think the person I was meeting with still enjoyed what was going on. I mean, it became a part of that conversation, and the respect from, and I told them why I brought my kids, because I do that sometimes, because I want them to understand. I want them to know, most of the time, I want them to understand why I'm doing it, so that, they don't necessarily, if it's not exactly, it doesn't go down exactly like I wanted it to. I want him to understand why I'm doing it, and that the importance to me, why it's important to me and my wife, why we do it. And they're usually, if you're dealing with good people, they understand. They got kids most of the time. A lot of these people have kids, so they understand because they have kids. And a lot of the times the response we get is that they want to start doing that with their kids, or they like that idea. So I think it's a really good thing. So if you aren't doing it, it's easy to do, and I think it's important, because nobody's going to teach us to our kids. Nobody's coming to save them. So think about it.